and doing the Reiki on myself every day.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, what are common misconceptions about Reiki?
I think the most common misconception about Reiki is that it's something that's not of God. Okay, that it goes against someone's belief system. That I'm a witch or some kind of weird thing like that, and it's not ever been. That's my whole focus in my whole life's about God. It's never been about nothing but God for me, because that's how I was born. I've always had that. I've always had that that connection. It's always been a spiritual connection for me, and then there's certain expectations. There's some people that have certain expectations about Reiki and what it's going to do, and is it going to cure me? And I'm supposed to be cured, and I'm supposed to be healed. But we all play our own individual role in our own healing, whatever that looks like. I'm just the vessel for that to happen, and I can hold the highest vision for that person, but that person has their own path to walk. I don't know what that looks like. And so I think that's another thing that people don't really realize, even with, not just with Reiki, but with any healing thing, any healing path, whether it's medicine or whatever. There's a level of responsibility that we all have to ourselves in our own healing.
When you do Reiki on yourself, how does this work? How do you do it?
How do I do it? Mm-hmm. Good question. Well, there's certain hand positions on self Reiki as well. Mm-hmm. Would you like me to demonstrate that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. On self Reiki, the first hand position is just like when you're laying on the table. You put your hands over your eyes. You take time to go within, and then it's on the side of the head, just like that. And then it's front to back, right here. And then right here. And then if I'm sitting up or laying down, I can just put my hands here and here, and then beside myself. If I happen to stand up and I'm feeling like I need some Reiki, I might reach around and I'll start. I'll do Reiki on my adrenal glands, because that's usually where we get the most fatigue when we're not drinking enough water and stuff, and we get fatigue. Right in here will start to hurt. Mm-hmm. It's usually your adrenals. You need to drink lots more water. Rest.
About how long do you spend in the morning before you get out of bed to do that? Does it vary, or?
Yeah, it varies. Maybe because I have a whole process that I do before I get on bed. Mm-hmm. First, it's a opening of welcoming the day and thanking the Creator for my life, and saying what do you have for me today, and then doing the Reiki on myself, and then sending Reiki to all the people on my prayer list, and and maybe sending prayers. So probably about 30 to 45 minutes before I roll out to bed. Usually when I wake up.
Is it harder to go within when you do it on yourself, since you're actively moving, or are you just so used to it that?
No, I'm so used to it because I've been doing because I have because I do practice meditation, mm-hmm. and I do practice Kriya Yoga, which is a breathing meditation, and it helps to move energy. So I can go within probably in about a minute.
That's great.
Just because it's about just getting focused into that sacred space. But it's just a repeated pattern of practicing and practicing, mm-hmm. and practicing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, mm-hmm. and it's just a wonderful practice.
Could you tell us about your involvement with Hope Chest and describe what it is?
Hope Chest is a breast cancer awareness group that I got to meet over at Oshner. Wonderful ladies. And one of those ladies happens to be one of my level 1 students, and her name is Gloria Graham. And I just love those people over there. They're just wonderful. They're real open to all types of healing whether it be medical or alternative. And it seems like Gloria is really a good connector person. And so I had a wonderful talk with them and told them a lot about what Reiki is and showed them the hand positions and what they mean, just like I showed you ladies. And also gave them some information from different books that I use as my reference books about energy work. And now that because of doctors, medical doctors, and other doctors that have PhDs that are scientists that work with energy and stuff that are validating Reiki or energy healing, just like Heal and Touch, because Heal and Touch is another modality that that a lot of the nurses use too, not just Reiki, and also some excerpts from Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body, addressing the mental, emotional causes of certain diseases and symptoms that we have in our bodies relative to anything, like lower back stuff is usually, related to financial or survival type things, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to give them a broader variety of not just the Reiki, but just, things that they can encompass in their life, So I'm scheduled the first Tuesday of April to go back, and me and my students are going to go and give them some chair Reiki to give back to the community. And then I'm going to do a talk in reference to decluttering and that, because the decluttering work that I do is also energetic work, because you want to have a space that's, nice and conducive, as far as flow goes, and, in that nice space where you can have some sacred time.
Okay. What are the chakras and where are they?
The chakras, very good question. Okay, the root chakra is the base chakra, and it's at the base of the spine. The color associated with it is red. The second chakra is orange, and it's called the sacral chakra, and it's in the area right at the navel where our sexual organs are, and that's where our creativity lies. The third chakra is the solar plexus chakra, and the color associated with that is yellow, and that is in regard to our personal power. The fourth chakra is our heart chakra. That's green, and that's some emotional, but it's also about healing. The fifth chakra is blue. That's our throat chakra. That's about us speaking our personal truth, no matter what that looks like to people. Because when you're not speaking your truth, then the solar plexus chakra starts acting up. You start, you get a gut, like you get a gut feeling that something's not right. The next chakra is here. This is called the third eye chakra, or where is our spiritual vision. People sometimes have it in their waking hours, and some people have it in their dream time. Their intuition. And then the chakra here above the head is the crown chakra. It goes directly into the top of the head, right here. And that's your connection to the everything out here.
When you do Reiki and you said you can physically touch someone or you can just hover in that space, is there a different effect? Is it more effective to touch?
I don't think that the effect is different one way or the other.
Distance Reiki too, it's all the same effect?
Yeah, because you're working in the energetic body, it's all about that person's individual comfort and level. Because some people think that that's too intimate, like hugging, We hug a lot at our church. Some people are not comfortable with that. So I'm intuitive enough to where, I know if somebody wants a hug or not, and I'll just put my hand out, usually.
Do you do anything special to prepare before a Reiki session?
Oh, yes. Yes, I make sure that the whole house is in a sacred space. if there's been a lot of activity here, or me and my mom's been busy doing stuff or whatever, whether she's here or not, because usually she's here, but she's usually in her bedroom because she has her own space and all back there. I like to light candles, and I will do the singing bowl or the tenches, and I do some energy work through here, and I just clear the space. And then I take time with myself, and I go within, and I just hold space and invite whatever's supposed to come through me to that individual.
During our mini session, you took periodic deep breaths over different locations.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, it's to expel energy.
Was there excess energy in that spot, or?
I think what it usually is for me is just I'm just releasing energy more of the time, and when I deep breathe, because sometimes I have to remember to breathe, because I'm such in a meditative state when I'm doing it that I have to remember to breathe. I do that. I have to do. That's why I'm glad I do the Kriya Yoga, because it makes me breathe, because I have to do the deep breathing. But if I'm normally meditating or I'm doing Reiki, I forget to breathe.
So it's more for you than the actual.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it does help to expel energy. Yeah.
How do you receive students? Like, how does you get students, and are they also your clients?
Yes. Yes. All of it's based on referrals. Well, I started at Unity, so I had classes there, and then I started doing over at the Red Shoes, and then sometimes I do classes here or at friends' homes who happen to be my Reiki students, and they'll say, well, I know so and so, they're really interested in it because they really enjoyed the session and they really want to know more about it, and so they want to do the Reiki. So everything's about referral. It's the same continuing network like what I do. However, the article in the paper about me doing the talk at the Hope Chest did bring forth 3 or 4 people to do Reiki and do Reiki.
Very word of mouth.
Yes, very word of mouth. Yeah, because there's a big community.
Are there any negative experiences that you could disclose if you've ever had any, or any exceptional positive experiences?
I think all my Reiki experiences have been exceptionally positive.
Okay.
There's one negative one. I wouldn't say it's negative. It's just because I'm how I care about people. Because I've done Reiki on my mother before, and she has some medical things. But what's interesting is that when I put my hands on her where her pain is, the pain moves to the other side of the body. And to me, that's kind of, I guess, what you would call negative.
Runs from you.
Right. And so I put my hands over there, and then it goes to the other side, this back and forth thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Because it's not my journey. It's but the humanness and being her daughter and stuff, and having love and compassion and caring that I do have, it's like I want to help her, and it's not me. It's not for me. It's not for me to do. It's her journey, and probably another underlying thing is that she really totally deeply does not believe in it. Even though now there's been certain instances that I can do it on certain areas, on other areas, and at that moment she's open and receptive, and it seems like it eases. But that's probably the most negative thing that I've ever had.
Y'all have any questions for her? I'm sure you do.
I have one just now that you mentioned that. It's so strange because I had a very similar experience. I was, this might not be appropriate to be videoed, but I don't care.
You can always edit it.
Yeah, we won't use that.
I was having an in-office procedure done on one of my breasts, and the doctor was doing it, and the nurse or whatever's in there, and they're like, are you having any discomfort or whatever, because it was on local anesthetic, and I'm like, yes, I'm having discomfort, but it's on the other breast.
Well, I can explain
That was bizarre.
Well,
and they freaked out. Like, they were like, okay, you're a freak.
No, there's an explanation.